Hey, how's it going? This is Nate McAllister from EntreResource.com. Now, I apologize that this isn't exactly the sexiest topic in the world, but making good-looking Excel spreadsheets matters. You need to be able to present your data clearly. It matters to clients, it matters to your boss. God forbid you have a boss. So I'm going to show you 12 steps that will make your spreadsheets look awesome. They'll look professional. So even if you don't know how to make it sing and dance, you don't know all the macros and all the pivot tables and all that crazy stuff, you can still look like an expert and get more out of every spreadsheet that you make. So let's get into it. First, there is a blog post that summarizes all of what I'm about to cover. You can find that link below in the description if you like to be able to read. I know some people prefer that over video, so I recommend that you maybe check out both. The link is in the description. And to make this process a little bit more engaging and easier to understand, I'm going to go through an example of a really bad spreadsheet, and I'm going to fix it step by step. It's really bad. Here it is. It's going to be really gratifying though when we fix it. All right, here is the spreadsheet that we are going to be working with. Really bad. So there's a lot that we need to do here. So step one, we're going to correct the alignment. So anything with numbers, we're going to move to the right. Anything with text, we're going to move to the left. For the headings, so there's all this stuff in row 3. Let's go ahead and give that a left align as well. Okay, now that we've done that, we want to distinguish our headings, which are these in row 3. So we can do a couple things. You can do bold, you can do underline, or you can do just a bigger font. I like to do a bigger font and bold. Okay. Third, we're going to use fewer colors. So I'm going to just remove all the colors for now. And in a later step, I'm going to show you how to add some light stripes to separate the different rows. But for now, let's just kill all the colors and let's make all of the font the same black color. Next, we want to give the spreadsheet just a little bit of space to breathe. So we're going to add a column to the left and a row above. And then I want to resize these to be the same size. So let's make each of those 25 pixels. And let's make this 25 pixels. Good. Step 5, we want to remove all of the borders. So that's pretty easy. Just come here. And I'm doing this in Google Sheets, but all of this applies to Microsoft Excel as well. It's just a little bit different. This also will work in numbers, just things are going to be just in different places. But the formatting concepts are the same. It's kind of like drawing with a pen or drawing with a pencil. So let's come here, let's go to view, and then remove all the grid lines. Okay, starting to look a little bit better. Next, I recommend that you use one of 2 fonts. You use either Calibri or Arial. Right now, I'm going to go with Calibri. Makes it look better. And I recommend you stick to just one. Don't use Calibri and Arial. They're not really a font pair. They're just 2 fonts that look well and they read data well. If you need to use something else, definitely don't use a serif font. By serif font, I mean something like this that has these little whooshes on the sides of the letters. You want something like Calibri or Arial that doesn't have those. It's much easier for people to read. Next, we want to center the title. Some spreadsheets have titles. This one does. This is home inventory. So I'm going to select all of that. And then I'm going to merge it all and then center. So notice how I centered it across all of the data sets. Next, we need to resize our columns. The rows are fine. They look good to me. But the columns, which are the A, B, C, D across, those are too big. So for those, I could use the same thing, or I can just kind of eyeball it. So for this, I'm gonna eyeball it. Feeling frisky. Okay, so we've tightened it up a little bit. That looks good. Actually, let's just get a little pinch over here. Perfect. All right. If this were data that needed a graph, step 9 would be to add graphs and tables, but this one doesn't need it. They look fine as is. If you're doing something that involves financial workflows like sales over time, revenue, stuff like that, you might want to use a chart or a table or a graph. But for this, we don't need it. It's not going to make anything better. It's an inventory, so it doesn't really apply. Another fun thing that you can do is add colors down here to the tabs. These are good, but if you have multiple tabs, you might want to change the colors down here. You can do that on Excel, numbers, or in Google Sheets. It's just one thing you can do to add a little bit of personality to your spreadsheet. Next, I want to strategically freeze the header row. Notice how when I scroll down, I lose the headers. It kind of defeats the whole purpose, right? So what I'm going to do, since I'm in Google Sheets, it's a little bit different than it is in Excel, but you can find out how to do that really easily. I'm going to click on the row. I'm going to come up here to View, go to Freeze, and I'm going to put up to current row. So now when I scroll, the data scrolls, but the headings stay the same. Pretty cool. Okay, and finally what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of the data rows, come all the way down. I'm going to come up here to Format, Conditional Formatting, Apply to Range, click on Format Cells If, scroll down here to Custom Formula, and then this is your custom formula. It is in the instructions. You can print those off and have them for easy reference. And I recommend that we use the lightest gray font that there is. And there you have it. We went from really bad to really great. If you have any questions, guys, be sure to ask them in the comments. But this is how to make an Excel spreadsheet look beautiful in just 12 simple steps.